Hi folks, what you're looking at is Socialite, a mobile detective game I've started working on. It's set in a fictional dystopian social app where everyone has to constantly do anything benefiting the totalitarian regime in office in order to avoid prison. As someone who just signed in for the first time, your goal is to unravel the mysteries of the game's world and of your own identity. In the app, every citizen has an evolving number and is strongly encouraged to become the first. You can achieve that by posting propaganda or reporting suspicious behaviors. Doing so gives you power to make bigger narrative decisions and helps you connect with citizens of higher ranks. If you go the opposite way and actively work against the regime, you get strikes and eventually go to prison and break narrative path. If you want to reach the end of your investigation, you will then have to walk a fine line between morals and law. By the way, I'm Silex. For anyone new to the channel, I majored in filmmaking 10 years ago and I've been toying with game dev for 3 years. In that span, and in order to learn, I've made 3 little projects that you can find on itch.io. If you want to know more about all that, you can check out this video where I go into further detail. Anyway, I've decided to move on to a more ambitious product with Socialite where I could develop some concepts that I've had in mind for a while. Ever since playing this gem of a game, I've been obsessed with the idea of using information instead of items as a way to progress in a game and having a journal where you can actually see this progression instead of having a skill tree or an inventory. This system appears as well in other fantastic games like Return of the Obra Dinn or Chants of Sennaar, and I just find it extremely playful and rewarding. But how did I end up going for an evil social app? The reason is quite simple. My closest playtesters are my friends and family, and the easiest way to run these playtests when I see them is through a smartphone. That first gave me motivation to make a mobile game. Then, as a challenge, I tried to come up with an idea that would fit the vertical orientation of the game's device. Nowadays, everyone knows what a social app is. Why not twist its rules and have my friends navigate an evil version of Instagram? The rest came pretty naturally, as I've always been entertained by dystopian worlds in literature and films, whether it's 1984, Brazil, Black Mirror, or that Community episode. I've always found these society studies fascinating. It's also not too hard to draw inspiration from the real world we live in, when a billionaire can take over a major app company in the blink of an eye, or when intrusive social media product placements have become the new norm in advertising. As I started prototyping, I was tempted at first to go the dystopia survival way and just have players try to stay afloat for as many turns as possible, kinda like in Papers, Please, or Reigns, or 60 Seconds. But then again, I was already set on this idea of a journal filling up being at the core of the gameplay loop. So what started as a 1984 simulator eventually led to a detective game sprinkled with dystopian narrative mechanics. In Socialite, there will always be at least 2 routes to unlock a piece of information, like a puzzle with multiple solutions. Each route will impact differently your situation in the world, open narrative path, and break others. Now remember when I said I made this game vertical so that my friends could playtest it easily on mobile? Well, I've since realized that it would be easier for you to playtest it on a 16:9 aspect ratio. So I'm developing both versions simultaneously. I've posted the desktop version of a short demo on my itch.io, so feel free to give it a try. Link is in the description down below. I need all the feedback I can get, so leave a comment on the games page or down below to let me know what you think. Also, like the video and subscribe to the channel if you want to see this series continue. Next time, I'll show progress on the bigger demo I'm now working on. Hopefully, I'll have some feedback from you to make it more enjoyable to play. Until then, see you guys.